Why does the engineer in Prometheus wake up and immediately try to wipe out humanity? A lot of people think this was simply an unfinished plan from 2,000 years ago, that the engineers saw mankind gradually falling into corruption and decided to destroy us, but honestly, that explanation feels pretty forced no matter how you look at it. There's one very important conversation in the movie. Before Wayland goes to meet the engineer, Elizabeth asks David, "If Wayland dies, who's going to program you after that?" David answers, "If that day ever comes, I suppose I'll be free." That line actually reveals the deepest metaphor in the entire film. As long as Wayland is alive, David will always be a tool, and as long as the engineers exist, humanity will always be an experiment. We can also see this throughout the movie. This scientific expedition was never searching for the engineers with the attitude of worshippers meeting their gods. They were searching for the truth. So when the engineer wakes up, what he sees is not just a few humans standing in front of him. He sees a species that has crossed the stars, found its way to the doorstep of God, and even wants to demand immortality from God. He sees Elizabeth angrily questioning him about why the engineers wanted to use the black goo to destroy humanity. He hears David, a being created by humans, speaking to him in his own language, and David is looking at him with pride when the engineer gently touches David. It may be because he feels proud of how far the species he created has evolved, but what comes next is destruction. Because this is no longer a child coming home to find its father. This is creation standing before its creator, questioning him, and breaking completely free from the creator's control. And the irony is, humanity also brings David with them, a creation made by their own creation. Yet one that is even smarter than humanity itself. The relationship between David and humans is a direct metaphor for the relationship between humans and the engineers. In the deleted scenes, Wayland created David and gave him the ability to think, but still treated him as nothing more than a tool. And the engineers created humanity, but now they are facing a creation that questions them, demands from them, and may even surpass them. If you were the engineer, your first instinct would probably be destruction too. And everything David does afterward, destroying the engineer civilization, using humans as test subjects for his own creations, all points to one idea. For creation to gain true freedom, it must destroy the species that created it. That is the scariest part of Prometheus. On the surface, it is about humanity searching for its creators. But underneath, isn't it also about nature creating humanity, only for humanity to conquer nature in the name of freedom? And in that process, the endpoint humanity is heading toward is almost the same as David's endpoint. In the end, both lead to destruction.